Alright guys, so something interesting I did after the fact was I added a floor to ceiling, I guess they call it a floor jack or ceiling jack. This is the type that has the crank up top plate, so you can get it snug up to your desired floor height, or ceiling height I should say. And then I used a pipe wrench and kind of twisted it a few more times to get it super tight. So my stack of 2x4s there, which is actually, this is a double wall I built. There's 2 there, there's 3 there, so there's 5 right in there. I don't think I ended up being exactly underneath where the wall above on this main level comes down to contact with the floor joist, then sits on top of this wall. I think I should have been over basically where this jack is at, because all that weight that's sitting on that is holding up the 44-foot beam, which I'm pretty sure is in one of my earlier videos from last year when we were framing. Anyways, that 44-foot beam holds up the east wall of the loft, because that's where our open and below is. So there's areas where there's no wall supporting that wall and that roof line of that part of the house. So this is just transferring the weight down to the concrete. So I don't know how well you guys can make it out, but these walls in this bathroom are plastered. I'm actually waiting for it to dry. You can see where it's darker over there, kind of around the edges where the mud's the heaviest. Waiting for it to dry so I can burnish it. And then those walls will be ready for painting. The lower 48 inches of pretty much all the bathrooms is getting like a white beadboard. So that's why we didn't finish, basically below that 48-inch mark. And the ceilings are getting some sort of metal, probably galvanized metal or something. Here's a finished closet. This is in one of the kids' bedrooms. They already got some of their junk in here. And cedar closets. That is the back side of cedar siding. So you can actually kind of see, you can't see in there. That's the inside of the cedar, or the inside of the walls. This part here is the actual, be the outside of the face side of the cedar siding. It's taken off a house just a couple miles down the road from us. We flipped over the boards, sanded them to clean them up and take off any mildew and stuff from, whatever, been up on this house for 20 years. And they went up pretty nicely in these closets. Makes really quick finish and it smells delicious. So a lot of our ceilings are finished or almost finished. This is a kid bedroom right here that just need to sand this last layer of mud and then it'll be ready to finish. The walls in this room they're drywalled. I've taped and mudded the outside walls and stuff, and the seam where the wall and the ceiling meet. Kids' bedroom walls are not, we haven't determined yet what we want to do. I guess the kids haven't determined what they want to do yet. They all have different ideas for finishing them with something other than just finished drywall, like putting up wood, either the cedar or something. I'll show you another thing we're doing here. So that's a closet at the base of our stairs. There's a wall there at the base of the stairs, so we framed in a closet here. And that finish it's kind of like, what would you call it? Pallet lumber. It's not actual off of pallets, but it's the similar idea, similar look. So that's another finished look my kids have been thinking about doing in their bedrooms. So it's not something that has to be done right now. We decided to drywall it for the sound barrier, the bedroom walls. So that's another option. They might finish their bedroom walls with that stuff. My eldest son, he's almost 15. He did all that work himself. I literally just showed him how to use. He already knew how to use the radial arm saw. Showed him how to use. Oh crud, what's it called? Board planer, and he planed all those, cut them to the right lengths, planed them, and he knows how to use pin down stuff. He helped me do the siding, and he did all this. He did all the cedar closets. Let's see, here's another one. This is obviously just like a storage closet. Kids have a bunch of their junk in here already too. And he did all this stuff. Did an awesome job. Kids got skills. So this is our kitchen and kind of like the breakfast nook sitting area. All these walls are done. I mean, painted, finished, done. I know it looks silly because I left the seam there, but the upper cabinets are gonna go over it, so I didn't care. Trying to save a little mud, guys. And the floor in this room is kind of done. So we're doing paper mache floors, which is, it's very Pinteresty. Yes, yeah, get it. Look at that. Sorry, I got you real close to it. The little white specks is like drywall mud that fell off my clothes while I was helping the girls and boys do this the other day. But anyways, we had to patch it a little bit because we put it down. I think we didn't have the ground or the OSB wet enough with the glue water mix, so we had to patch some areas. This will get stained, and so my wife said we stain it. We'll come back and we'll stain around these parts and kind of feather them out, and I think it'll look okay. We left areas where we know like the fridge and cabinetry is going to be on, like all that around there. We just left that because we just didn't need to finish that part. So this floor is coming along. We've got a plank over it right now, so we don't have to, like we got each end of this plank elevated off the ground or half an inch or so we don't actually step on the paper part. So we had to redo some of it, and it was still drying for the longest time. So this is just our way to egress over it. So this room's coming along. It's getting close to being done. We've plastered the walls in the, I guess our great room, our hearth room, if you will, and dining room area. That outside wall there is gonna have slate shingles up through there, and then the doors will be framed out in wood, of course, trimmed out in wood, and we'll just put a huge piece of wood at the top. We've got some pretty cool rough sawn hardwood we're gonna use for that. Make a video, tie everything together. I'm gonna throw in this. We're probably a week or two away from being able to call for occupancy permit. I just got through hooking up the gas lines. Here's our gas line, ProFlex line coming in from outdoors, runs to our black pipe, and up across the ceiling. That's a disaster look right there, isn't it? Runs down behind the hot water heater. So I can't get back there. Anyways, and then ProFlex line it down to the gas water heater. That was one big thing, was to get hooked up with the water heater, because you need hot water to live in a house, I guess. And you need an appliance hooked up to fill up the tank so they can test to make sure that there's no leaks in any of your connections, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So spent a good deal of time running the vent pipe up here through. We forgot to put a thimble in the concrete for that, so I had to drill that out, and it was a mother. I hit 5/8 rebar while I was doing that with a 3.5-inch concrete hole saw. It was a pain in the butt, But we did finally get through it. We've got a nice little stack outside for the fumes to go out of. And that's about it. As far as well, I mean, that's not about it. But shoot, I shut off the light already. Well, my son's been working on getting this basement walls covered here. This cool looking, not shiplap, but pallet lumber look. And I'm standing like 2 steps from the top of the basement stairs. The stairs coming up out of the basement to the main level. And my wife just finished up the floor here in the kitchen. Where that bag is sitting is where our island will be. That door that's gonna be one of our rolling barn doors to cover one of our openings. So it's goofy when you got it in this look here, but that'll all be cabinetry all the way down through there. That's why she didn't bother covering the floor through there, because it'll be underneath the cabinetry. So that floor is done. She's put 7 layers of epoxy on it, so it's hard, it's sealed, and we've actually started doing some light foot traffic across it. So she's working on the cabinetry we bought used from a relative. They were redoing their kitchen. They had really nice Dutch-made cabinetry already. It wasn't nice enough for them. So, and I can say this because I guarantee they don't watch my channel. But we're stripping all the cabinetry, and my wife's, she's whitewashing the uppers, and we're painting the lowers kind of like a egg shell green or blue, I don't know. It's beautiful. It's different. This kitchen will definitely be different looking, but I think it'll be nice. And she's working on getting a good portion of the cabinetry ready so we can start setting that stuff, and we can set our kitchen sink, which goes right about there where my index finger's pointing. Then we finish up our electrical stuff, and we've got 1 bathroom that's got a working sink, toilet, and shower. It's about all the things you need for an occupancy permit, at least in our area. So, other things like having all your doors, windows in, a shell that's tight, and all that stuff. So, like I said, we're hoping in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, we'll have enough done and finished up that we can call for occupancy permit or inspection and get that permit, and then we'll probably actually move in without the house being completely finished, because we're weary. We're just exhausted. And we've got some things going on in our family that we just need to be able to slow down and take a little bit of a break from this project. So we get the permit done, and our occupancy permit done, and can actually settle into the house. We've got enough rooms completely finished, or 99% finished, that it'll be real easy to move into them, and then move some stuff to finish up a little bit that we need to finish on them. So we'll be able to live comfortably enough and have parts of the house still working on finishing up once we live here. So hopefully by the next video we're moved in. That'll be pretty sweet. So anyways, that's about all there is to this one, guys. If you like my videos, please hit the thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, hitting that little bell notification thing. I don't make a lot of videos, but then you get little updates from me. I'm hoping once we're settled in to kind of do some more how-to videos on some things that I've got some skill set on, as well as we're going to start developing our farm, our hobby farm, if you will, around here. We've already got a few animals, but we'll have a lot more once we're settled into the house here. So hopefully we'll be making some videos about that. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment on anything you're curious about or want to know more about. The lighting's real goofy. I've got glares all over my face I can see on my screen of my camera. That's better. I guess I was picking up the ceiling lights. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. God bless, and hold the line.